at the 2013 New York Auto Show at the Scion booth, where the company is celebrating their 10-year anniversary by throwing a party. No, not really, but they did release special versions of each and every one of their vehicles, as well as show us this, the refreshed 2014 TC. Now, for those of you who remember the TC back in 2005, it was the it car. It essentially became the best-selling model in the Scion brand and helped to create a loyal group of followers. Now, ever since the FRS came on board last year, the TC's lost some of that luster. Scion saw that, so for 2014, they've given the vehicle a thorough refresh. You can see up front it sports new headlight design, new hood, new bumper, and lower fascia. And you can see they finally added fog lights and LED running lights. This is the first Scion product to get it, as remember the FRS doesn't have it, the BRZ has it. However, the 2014 FRS now has it. Looking at the side of the vehicle, it still has that same squat appearance to the roof, as well as these attractive new 18-inch wheels with the dark finish. Overall, the look is much more cohesive and gives the TC that premium look to differentiate it from its hotter FRS sibling. Now, coming to the rear end of the TC, it's kind of the same story as the front. You have these updated taillights with the clear lens, as well as LED for the brake lights. You have this new accessory lip spoiler, which helps to finish off the rear end. And then, of course, a new rear diffuser underbody kit with the chrome exhaust tip. Now, the TC, even though it looks like a coupe, is actually a hatchback. Push this little button here and it reveals a very huge opening and a generous cargo space. You can even fold the seats down to pack your stuff in here, and it's one of the reasons what made the TC really popular with college students, as it has the sporty look of a coupe but the functionality of a hatchback. Now, the first generation TC had one of the best interiors in the class. That all changed with this second generation, where they kind of dumbed down and downgraded the materials. Unfortunately, that's still the case here. You find hard touch plastics everywhere on the dash, on the door panels. Even down here where your elbows are gonna rest, it is lined with the fabric from the seats, but it's not terribly soft. Overall, I know this is just a cheap $17,000 economy car, but the old TC had really high quality materials, so I'm kind of disappointed they didn't upgrade it. A couple of new trim features here and there. You have this faux carbon fiber look. It brightens up the cabin. It's pretty dark in here. You still have the TC's signature panoramic roof that does open. That is standard equipment. And of course, this particular one has the 6-speed manual model. It's got really long throws but a pretty light but slightly long travel clutch. The performance-minded drivers will definitely like the clutch and shifter in the FRS over this model. Now, the steering wheel has this flat bottom design. It looks really sporty, but keep in mind the TC is more of a look sporty but drive comfortably. This is your daily driver. Now, a couple of things they did add, I noticed, is these seats are new with the contrast stitching. You have a nice center console here with some storage and then a nice padded armrest. And then, of course, Scion likes to say that they were the first non-premium manufacturer to go with a touchscreen interface. Of course, this is not really Toyota's Entune, their latest technology, as this is a Scion. It's kind of dumbed down. It even says Pioneer. It looks aftermarket, as Scion likes to go with that aftermarket theme, since this is kind of like, I don't want to say an immature brand, but a youthful brand. Now, underneath all that sporty styling, you're probably wondering what's under the hood. Well, I have some bad news for you. It's not anything different from last year's model. This is essentially the same 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine out of the Toyota Camry. It makes actually one less horsepower, 179 horsepower, and 172 foot-pounds of torque, paired with either a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic with the paddle shifters in the sport mode. This is essentially a daily driver, not a performance coupe like the FRS. Those are the two differences between the two. Fuel economy for this vehicle, 23 in the city, 31 on the highway. Expect to get roughly in between that. Thankfully, it does run on regular gas. For To the Red Line at the Scion press event at the New York Auto Show, I'm Scion Bay.